All right. Ooh. Sorry, I just got done coughing like crazy. Ooh. Hello. Welcome. I know I haven't been. It's been a little bit of a crazy week. I only streamed on Monday. I didn't stream Wednesday. Did I stream on Friday? I think I did. I didn't stream yesterday, so it's just been a very back and forth week. And earlier was Burlington's Pride. So, hi, here I am. That's why I look like this. Look at my. Wait, I turned the wrong way. My coworker's friend had face paint, was doing rainbows, and I also cut and dyed my hair. And I'm wearing my, I feel like there's very few opportunities to wear a lily pad beret, and I feel like Pride is a great opportunity to wear a lily pad beret. So here I am looking very, very gay. And we're gonna, and I don't have my headphones on because, actually, wait, maybe I could. No, it doesn't really work. Why, thank you. Also, is it the Spa Queen or Thespa Queen? Welcome on in, by the way. Hello to you. I love all your emotes. They're super cute. Okay, we can work the headphones with this. They're all super cute. Like, each one that you've used in the chat so far is super cute. Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood, the Spa Queen. Okay. Thank you so much for the follow. I very much appreciate you. And that means we get to do... Oh my god, did it not work? It didn't. It didn't. Why didn't
Well,
it?
since you're here, Squidward,
There we
we'll
go.
give you the new member initiation. Are you ready, Patrick?
Ready!
Welcome to our club! Welcome to our club! Welcome, Squidward! Welcome, Squidward! Welcome, Squidward! Welcome, Squidward! Welcome, Squidward!
Shut your half-wit pie holes!
That's why it didn't work. Because my thing is not connected to voicemail. Wait. There we go. Now we're good.
Hello there!
Okay. There we go. Now all the things are working. Chapter 5. I don't know how many... Alright, we have a Krabby, a letter waiting for us. Let's do that. You are very welcome. Oh. You wanted to see us, right? I'd love to get together before the race starts. Let me know when it's a good time, and I'll pick up Dahlia and come over to your place. That's right, because... Oh, that's right. Now I remember. The leader of the coven has died, and we need to elect a new leader. And as part of electing a new leader, the new leader will decide what we do with the old leader's corpse. Because we either have to decide to eat it and consume her power, or release it into the cosmos and give the power back. I didn't realize these bitches were cannibals, but here we are. I do not like the eating the corpse thing. It really freaks me out. Here they are. Thanks for coming. It's been centuries since we got the three of us together. Yeah, because I was locked up for 200 years. I don't know why we didn't do this, I don't know, right away. Also, 201 followers, that reminds me, I need to find a date for the Tom Nook cosplay stream because we hit 200 followers. So I need to do that, and I will announce that both in stream and on the Discord. I'll put it in the Discord too. What's up, witches? And you bet magic life can get so chaotic sometimes that we just forget to enjoy it. Yeah, it makes me so happy to see the two of you together. Tell me about some adventure I missed. What did we do last time we met? We should plan a trip for when I regain my freedom. Let's do this one. That's an incredible idea. You got her fired up already. Any idea where you would like to go? Defrenia, the city of blacksmiths. It sounds like a great trip, but I'd rather go for something less dark for my first time out. I've always wanted to visit the Deer Folk Kingdom. My mentor, Eugenia, always told me amazing stories about it. Oh, I'm in. I've heard they had some fine studs in their brothels. Oh my gosh. I'm sure you could use a bit of action too, Jasmine. Oh my god. I have a satisfactory sex life. What are you implying? I was just teasing you. Oh my god. By the way, are you nervous about the elections? You can't imagine. I'm cool. More excited than anything. On the one hand, I'm not worried because whoever wins in the end, the Coven is going to be well looked after. On the other hand, I want what's best for the Coven, and I truly believe my program is the safest bet. Just to be clear, I do think you'd make for a lovely leader. Yeah, like we're all... I think... Am I running too? I don't think I am. But that was like an option. I could have ran for leader. Fucking crazy people. But playing it safe is the death of progress, Jasmine. But aren't we all well already? We just need to iron out Adina's more abusive politics and put some love into the community. That's because the status quo benefits you. Think about all the novices and all the witches who don't fit into that orderly vision, myself included. My plan is not to start a revolution, but to level the playing field. It's not fair that power is held by the eldest. Novices need to be guided, though. Think about when we had just ascended. We weren't in any shape to be making important decisions. I don't know about that. Age has its own setbacks. What do you think? Well, I guess it's time I make my stance clear. I guess I am running. Patrice is going to help me run the campaign. In fact, it was her. Oh, yeah. That's right. I didn't want to run, and Patrice was like, no, you're doing it. And I was like, no, but Patrice. And Patrice was like, no. Patrice is my sister. Who, by the way, I have tarot cards, but it's not that I, read the cards and that may happen in the future. No, whatever I say happens in the cards is exactly what's gonna fucking happen in the world. So when I pulled some cards for Patrice back when we were both humans and alive, I pulled some cards for my sister and said that she was gonna die of cancer, and then guess what? That's exactly what happened. She died of goddamn cancer. So that's why we got exiled, because we said the Coven was gonna dissolve. So Dana's like, ah, shit! And that's why she took our cards away. I'm not really sure yet. We still have to define our program. But my sister is dead set on having my divination at the helm of... Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. You can't do that. You can't use your psychic powers to control the world and be the leader. No, no, no. Because literally all I have to do is read the cards and say, I win, and then I win. Have you really thought this through? Oh, I doubt a criminal has much of a chance at leadership. How rude! Not a criminal, Jasmine. Part of the plan of becoming the next leader is to eradicate unfair punishments. So you actually wanted to meet us to declare war, huh? Not war. I just thought it'd be proper to let you know firsthand. I really think that no matter who wins, the future is bright. That's what I like to think. But the stress of competing against you two is a bit overwhelming. Why don't we use this opportunity to promise that no matter what, we'll still be friends after the race is over? No promises needed. I never had a doubt about it. Likewise, we will always be friends. Okay, let's move on from the friends forever stuff, please. Don't know what to do if I love... Yeah. Okay, the next few weeks are about to get pretty busy. I'd better leave and start preparing my knives. Figuratively speaking, I understand. No, literally. I'm a daggersmith. That's what I do. No need to stab anyone, though. I hope. Okay, you two take care. See you soon. Take care, both of you. Thanks for coming. Oh, yeah, that's right. I revealed that I was chilling with him. So, now he's here. Everything is set to go. Get your shit in order because it's about to get real. Let me know when you're ready and we'll review the program and campaign plan. Alright, Patrice. How are you? I guess we'll just go with ready. Hold on to that fuel. Did you meet with Dahlia and Jasmine? I did. How did they take it? I mean, they seemed fine. It's going to be the weirdest political race in the universe. Maybe all political conflicts should be handled with as much love as this one. Jury's still out on how well this is going to go. They're good friends. I'm sure this will be all handled honorably. I really don't know. I think this is a terrible idea. There's no honor in politics, but maybe that's just my own stuff talking. Whatever. What now? Okay, allow me to give you a rundown of what's ahead. We have to define a program and a plan. First, we'll analyze our opponents, and I'll interview you to see where we stand on the main issues. I guess I just wonder how, like, what are we going to do that's different? Because, like, they're already pretty opposite of each other. So are we just going to do something in the middle? Like, then we'll sketch and review a program once. But what are we going to do about the body? I don't want to eat the body. Once we get to something solid, we'll form a team and schedule some campaign actions to get the ball rolling. The date for the election Congress hasn't been decided yet, but we're against the clock as of now. All clear? Yes. Good. First of all, did someone tell you about the 5 pillars of the coven? You know, judgment, law enforcement, forbidden arts, mortal affairs, and witch duties. Do you need me to explain them to you? Let's just do a refresher, because it's been a couple days since I got to that part. Hiya, beer! It's corn! It has the juice! Woo! It's corn! I can tell you all about it! I am good, how are you? The Winnie boy has come to say hello. Hello, Winnie boy. Hello. Yes, he has. Say hello to the camera. He's just a boy. But yeah, I'm doing really good. Today was Pride. And it was a good day. It was a great day, actually. And now I'm just wrapping up the day with some games. Yes, it was quite a fun day. It was quite the day. Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. Alright. Here's the deal. There are 5 key directives that keep our coven's cogs churning. That's right. Judgment, law enforcement, forbidden arts, mortal affairs, and witch duties. Yeah. Make a good note of them. I mean, I'm trying. Oh, there we go. There's the link for the Discord. Runic Judgment. Okay, so we don't want Runic Judgment because I don't want to talk to the gods for shit. Then we have law enforcement. That's how the coven punishes anyone who did something wrong or forbidden as determined by judgment. Right now, as you're well aware, we send infractors into exile for a variable amount of time depending on the severity of their actions. Can our slogan be, fuck you, exile? Very punk, it may work. Next is forbidden arts. That's how we deal with perilous magic and knowledge, such as summoning, behemoths, necromancy, etc. The current directive is that when the Coven determines that something could put our community at risk, we ban it. Then there's mortal affairs. Human stuff. Lesser beings, as in animals, or any life form that doesn't have access to magic. The mortals should be exploited. We're not going to exploit the mortals, that's for sure. Did you know that? Yeah, she did. She wanted to start World War III. To harness the energy from the mortals. Fucking bastard. We still have a celebration pending to send her off to hell. You bet. Last but not least, there are the witch duties. That defines what obligations members have to the Coven. Right now, we have those obnoxious quarterly controls Adina imposed on us to check on our progress. You skip them thanks to exile, but damn if they haven't been a pain in the ass. Also, should a witch fail to deliver, they'll eventually lose their membership. Imagine the strain that puts on many of our sisters. I would have gladly done my homework in exchange for freedom, though. I know, but still. Luckily, the controls are suspended until after the elections, and many of us are hoping they will be canceled forever. Nice. That's all 5 of them, right? Yeah. But for these elections, there's an additional critical point. What to do with her corpse? Yeah. Coven is divided between devouring her, making the 100 members that we have right now more powerful, or scattering her remains throughout the cosmos so more witches can ascend, making the Coven more diverse. Oh my god, I don't know what you saw last beer, but you've missed plenty. We're gonna eat her. We're deciding what to do with her corpse. She's dead. We might get out of exile. We don't possibly predict the future. We make the future. That's really the gist of it. So whatever we read in the cards is what's going to happen. What's your stance on that? I don't have a strong opinion on it. I'm fine with either. Becoming more powerful or welcoming more witches. But make me no mistake, it's one of the hottest topics in these elections. So whatever you choose, be ready for a storm. Yeah, they're cannibals. It's crazy. I mean, I feel like the best choice is to put it up to a vote. I guess. Understood. Internalize these issues. Take your time. Let me know when you're ready to continue. I gotta consult the cards or something. Let's start dissecting our rivals. Who do you want to start with? Yeah, you choose. Dahlia. Dahlia's not from Earth. On our home planet, politics have evolved and twisted more than anywhere else in the explored universe. She comes from the demonic desert lands where matriarchy-based warlordism and chieftainship are the primary form of organization, even nowadays. I'm not saying that to underestimate her, but we can expect her to not be well prepared to navigate the intricacies of a political campaign. Oh, they're underestimating her, probably. On the other hand, Dahlia's politics seem to be very different from her home worlds. From what I've gathered, her focus seems to be collectivizing the Coven's duties and responsibilities, distributing something I clicked too soon. Level the playing field is practically her slogan. How did you manage to get all that info in so little time? Enjoying the perks of having a journalist's sister now? Huh. Now focus. Her program to achieve this is, judgment by referendum. Dahlia argues that in a community this compact, we should have to account for every member's input, regardless of their background or preparation. Enforcement, communication, and understanding. None whatsoever. She believes in Amicable resolution. I don't think. Should dialogue fail, she wants to leave the matter in the hands of the arbitrage office. And that's just going to result in everything going to the arbitrage office, and then they're going to intervene and be like, you gotta change your ways, and then they're going to get pissed. That's not going to work. Her point being that we don't need to police ourselves when we already have the magical pact. Forbidden arts. Allow free access to any kind of magic. Yeah. And control them through education, not banning. I don't know if that is the answer. Cut all ties, and this is not the answer. I don't like Dahlia's. I don't like either of their platforms, and I think that's probably on purpose. Dahlia believes we're too privileged to be messing with people's lives. She thinks we should leave them be and focus on the cosmic and the magical. Which duties? Magical tax. Have every member of the coven share a percentage of their magic output to pool resources for the benefit of the clan. And finally, she believes we should scatter the remains so more witches can ascend. As you can see, Dahlia is betting on a kind-hearted community that requires goodwill to work, almost utopic, I must say. What do you think is the best strategy to undermine her program? This is probably not the answer, but point out the failure of communism on Earth. May work. However, although the majority of witches from recovering come from Earth, many of them predate the existence of communism. Don't worry, we'll figure out a more universal approach. Okay, now, let's capitalize on your intimate knowledge about your rival. What would you say is Dahlia's strongest point? Her overwhelming charisma and the confidence she projects. She embodies the winds of change. Pretty popular. Her determination. She's battle ready. How would we know if she's popular? We've been in exile for 200 years. Most fortuitous. The most incorruptible of us all. Yeah, let's... Determination. She is battle ready. Dahlia's going to be the hardest to throw off her game, impossible to intimidate or overwhelm. She's likely to force us to be on defense rather than offense when dealing with her. We can't expect to beat her on those grounds, but we need to get to at least aim to match her determination to get a bite of her cake. It promises to be tough, but I believe in you. Alright, what about her weaknesses? What is Dahlia's most critical flaw? She's very impulsive, impatient, gets angry easily. Very green, debating politics, very radical, lacks diplomacy. She's the least astute of the lot. Oh my god, you can't call your friend stupid. Making daggers is the least valuable asset offered. But if I mean, this is true. She is impulsive and impatient and gets angry easy, it seems. If we can provoke her during a debate, the Coven is sure to question her ability to rule. We should be on the lookout for opportunities to get her mad during the campaign. Is this really necessary? It's your call, but if we don't exploit your opponent's flaws, it will make it less likely for you to become the next leader. Politics are ugly, I know, but also, let me tell you, you should expect the same from your rivals, friends or not. I'm sure they won't be pulling any punches. Be ready. I'm already regretting this, but sure, whatever. I'll handle it. Shall we go over Jasmine now? Born in the small English town during the Industrial Revolution circa 1800. That put her in a cultural sweet spot for amassing the sympathies of the coven. She's a young witch in the eyes of the eldest medieval and ancient witches, but not so alien as us contemporary witches with our world wars, TV, internet, and other global lunacies. Jasmine gets along with us, but is also part of the last decent generation, according to the most conservative witches. Her politics are a liberal revision of Adonna's, removing the most tyrannical mechanisms by reducing punishment and responsibilities. That will maintain the status quo, but give more room for individualism and personal enterprise, free from so many duties and the fear of failure. Her program to achieve this is Judgment will be performed by a quorum of the 4 eldest in agreement with the leader. I don't agree with that. That is the sweetest candy of her program for the old lot. Enforcement will work with a system of strikes. She hasn't specified how many, but should a witch accumulate enough warning, she will be expelled. Way less radical than exile, and the worst case scenario is the freedom to start anew elsewhere. That is very fair. Banning for regarding forbidden art, she won't change a thing. Anything deemed dangerous by the eldest witches will be banned. Then, for mortal affairs, Jasmine proposes a model of protection and guidance. What is good for humanity? What should we protect them from? I guess that'll be determined by the quorum of the eldest. Lastly, as for witch duties, she proposes a policy of no vigilance. Jasmine argues that we should trust every sister, will have the coven's interest in mind, and that there's no need to evaluate or impose any duties on any member. And of course, regarding the trending topic, Jasmine wants the coven to devour the corpse so we all become more powerful. Robert is home. Take a minute to interiorize Jasmine's program. Done. Perfect. So tell me now, what do you think is the best strategy to undermine her program? Honestly, her program is better with the exception of a few things. These plans benefit the powerful and forsake novices. Seems valid. Assess the candidate herself. Let's lose your privileged info on Jasmine. What would you say is Jasmine's strongest point? Extremely intelligent. Pillar. Charming mother-like aura. She's... yeah. Hello, Robert. Oh. Can you say hello to me? Huh? Can you come say hello? No. Mother figure could well become the prom queen of this race. Many voters decide based on instinct rather than analysis, and Jasmine's persona promises to be an excellent caretaker for the lot of us. We'll need to expose her ugly sides to distort those motherly attributes. Now, to her flaws. What would you say is Jasmine's weakest point? Anxiety. It's a flaw that will trigger almost automatically just by competing. But we can push her buttons so she loses focus and messes up. I feel so bad doing this. Toughen up. Her advisors will be doing the same about you, no doubt. Plus, these are emergency resources. If we play our cards right, we can hope for a clean victory. Focus on bringing your best game, and I won't have to push any ugly buttons. Talk about pressure. Alright, now for the third candidate. What, there's more? Of course. No one told you? No. No one truly thinks she poses any threat. But she is a candidate nonetheless. We should study her. I believe this dark horse has a chance of surprising us all. Oh, Capressa, the historian wish. Oh, they're really... I thought she was talking about me. The eldest witch in our coven. She precedes even Adina. Suppressa is originally from Earth, but ascended way before humanity started even writing. She has an infallible memory. All events get registered inside her tree rings. She's been a really valuable source for the Cosmic Gazette. Capressa has helped us many times with our articles. Thing is that she's always played a secondary role in the coven, just supporting us with her wisdom. But apparently, Capressa isn't a fan of change and isn't happy with the direction Jasmine or Dahlia want to take the coven. So for the first time, she's running for leader. Her program is easy to sum up. She wants to keep things exactly as Adana left them. Oh, boring. She advocates for preserving the corpse as some sort of oracle to keep using her as a channel to consult with the gods and to set the... No, that's horrible. We should not do that. Ugh. Wow, fuck Capressa. Fuck her program in any case. I know Capressa personally. She's very kind. But yes, no one wants the ghost of Adana to keep ruling over us. She has very few supporters, all among the eldest. But I wouldn't underestimate her. Capressa has this special mystical aura around her. Combined with her vast knowledge, she's sure to impress many voters during the campaign. Depending on how gruesome the race gets, we could scare some of the most conservative witches into switching sides from Jasmine to Capressa. I see. As long as we don't underestimate Capressa and keep her in check, all should be fine. Alright. Are you ready to start defining our program? Do you want to take a break? Let's take a break. Yes, reveal the card.
Building stuff to realize one of my most, as you can see, I haven't gained much knowledge. Today we're going back to the first thing I ever wanted to make, and this is something very peculiar. It's called a rotary subwoofer. If you know anything about audio, that woofer, if you look up the specs, has the equivalent of approximately 15 of my giant 3000 watt 18-inch 4-quarter bandpass subwoofer. Then I inherited a book from my uncle. It was the Guinness Book World Records from 2008. All the things in this book, I only remembered one thing. I don't know why, because I was only 9 at the time. The most powerful subwoofer, known as a rotary subwoofer. This thing can
All right.
go as low as 1 hertz. It can output insane decibels. The physics of this thing is on another level.
selfie something in there.
Let's do this. Okay. Alright, well, it's a group of the oldest, chosen by, like, voting, and consult with the gods. To have a leadership that decides on everything without the community's input is problematic. Believing all executive control in the hands of everyone will produce erratic results. Thinking of establishing some sort of ministries to compartmentalize, appoint experts in every matter to deal with law, exploration, magic development, resource management, culture, anything. Set up as many ministries. All ministries will work along with the leader, but they would have the last word on their respective competences, since they would be the ideal person to make informed decisions about each issue. Do these positions rotate? What happens if someone more competent shows up? Is the minister replaced? I mean, it's really interesting on paper, and it'll be quite effective to have dedicated witches on every important matter, but this will probably breed many power struggles within the coven, fighting for these positions or trying to earn the favor of certain ministries. Not that the other options don't have downsides, I'm just pointing out what could go wrong with this idea. I think it is still worth giving it a shot if you like it. If you're at the helm, I'm sure you'll run a tight ship and put together an excellent team. Avoiding corruption in this scenario relies on having a capable leader. You are a capable leader. I think you're ready to go to deal with any kind of judgment system you decide to go with. So having said that, what type of judgment do you prefer? What happens if I ponder something? Isn't Dolly's idea of dividing all the power among members via referendum a beautiful idea? It is a beautiful idea. It would be something far-fetched for a bigger society, but provided the coven stays within the hundreds, it's feasible. It'd still be quite cumbersome, and we need to keep in mind that the most popular option isn't always what's truly best, but it will always keep the majority satisfied. Will this make us weaker but happier? I can't tell. It's never been done before in a coven that I know of. So, I see. So I can learn the kind of pluses and minuses of each one. So there's something interesting about ruining. That is completely off the table. It would imply conserving her corpse, and I doubt you want that. You're right. It needs to be wiped out of our lives. So, what type of they're like, you're not doing that. Look, it's not even an option to choose. You can't even pick it. Jasmine's idea about forming a quorum of the oldest, wisest witches may be the most sensible approach. It's not a bad idea. Even if we don't get along too well with the eldest, they are indeed the most powerful and knowledgeable of the coven. On the other hand, even if it removes the tyranny of from the system, it still leaves all power in the hands of a few. And not a very diverse lot at that, but that's almost an innate quality about power. It creates inequality by definition. Anyway, what type of judgment do you prefer? I think stances of our competitors, set up a system of warnings. I like the warning system. Amicable agreement. This is a horrible idea. Capresso wants to keep exile. No. Fuck exile. Fuck exile. Oh, try to come up with a new option. Alright, let me see if there's a new option. Just for fun. I, so far, like the warning expulsion system. Trouble feeling towards punishment as a method. It keeps law and order through fear, but we can't expect everyone to behave. Isn't there a way to make punishment constructive? Constructive how? Send bad witches to detention to do some magical studies? Not that, but hey, that might be an idea. What about community service? Elaborate. Instead of expelling members or, gods forbid, sending them to exile, we could set up a system of assigning hours of community service depending on the severity. Tending other witches' gardens, harvesting magic for the coven, helping the explorers, whatever is needed. We could pull that off. I don't know if it'll look childish or weak in the eyes of some witches, but it'll benefit the community in the long run.
Okay, food's ready.
Okay. Alright, sounds good. Certainly smells interesting. Ponder warnings leading to expulsion, because this is the one I'm leaning toward. Jasmine's solution of letting witches accumulate strikes, and in the event they fail to behave, expelling them from the coven seems quite humane. It's not a bad idea. It doesn't rob anyone of their freedom, and the ultimate punishment is like ultimate freedom, actually. If you don't fit in here, just find a coven and match your philosophy, or stay independent. On the other hand, it's exploitable. Witches will be able to cross the line several times without any consequences before they gather too many strikes. And then they'll be trapped into behaving ideally or losing membership. In any case, it's not like they can just go and kill another witch. The magical pact stands above our warnings. The warnings allow for mischief, but I guess it's tolerable? What type of law? Okay. I actually like community service better than the Jasmine's idea. Oh boy. Want to continue banning whatever is dangerous, free access, enforce education so we all know what we're dealing with. Let's come up with a new option. There must be some middle ground between banning and free access. Some summoning or spells can save lives. They could even protect us from major evils. There's much to achieve with the careful application of some of the forbidden arts. So, what about extending permits? Make it so a witch can apply to have access to certain spells or rituals, and if the coven deems the applicant's purpose and aptitude appropriate, allow them to make use of them. That is an interesting compromise. You know more about forbidden arts than I do, so I'll go with whatever you think is better. How do you want to go about dealing with forbidden arts? The permit system is a great idea. On to mortal affairs. These are the stances of our competitors. Jasmine says we should guide them, take care of them. Proposes cutting all ties. She believes that we shouldn't abuse our privilege over them and just let them be. Compressor wants to continue exploiting them. What's your stance? New option. What else could we do about our relationship? I don't know. If you want to propose an alternative for our program, it should be something drastically different. Just some iteration on our rivals' ideas would feel uninspired or derivative. What about this? We reveal the existence of wishes. Coming out strong. What's your angle? Whatever decision we make regarding mortals will be morally gray, since they don't know about us. What I propose here is a simple concept. Truth. It'll definitely stir some chaos in the beginning, but in the end, wouldn't it be better if we develop a working relationship and make them aware of our capabilities, let them ask directly for what they need? That is beautiful, but didn't you pay attention in school? Humanity has a troubling relationship with witches. They burned us for sport. They burn poor, innocent women. What can they really do about the real deal? It's like revealing the existence of lions to a rabbit. They can hide or reject us, but in no way will they be able to hurt us. You're underestimating mortals' drive to destroy things, but sure, that could make our program look strong. We could spin a good angle from it. Prepare to be attacked in any debates, though. What's your stance on mortal affairs? Yeah, we're gonna reveal. Let's go with revealing. These are the stances. Freedom and trust, believing that every witch will always have the coven's best interest in mind. Magical attacks. Have every witch share some of their magical output. Quarterly controls. New option. Without abusing our members or without dragging us down. Oh. On all the years you've spent in the coven, what would you say has helped bring your A game the most? Demand, inspiration, sharing resource. Oh, I know. Mentorship. My mentor, Eumenia, has been a cornerstone in my development as a witch. What do you say we institute a mentorship? That's a great idea. Right now, one of the most pressing issues within our coven is the power gap between novices and elders. That'll help to tighten it'll help to tighten the relationship between different generation of witches too. I like it, but this idea will be better received among novices than elders. Old witches won't really be getting anything out of this deal, so it'll be a tough sell for the less charitable conservatives. A mentorship is something that requires a lot of time and work, so it'll get in the way of many of the elders' plans. You yourself will be forced to take on some apprentices. Think about what that'll mean for your lifestyle. What are we going to do about witch duties? Oh, see, I don't want to do it. Old people don't want to do it. The idea of the tax, it doesn't require any specific actions to serve the coven, and it's pretty fair. Asking for a percentage, okay. No one should be worried about failing controls. You can go about your existence however you want, provided you contribute. It'll also open the door for us to attempt some ambitious projects, since that much energy from so many wishes will be a tremendous asset to work with. It'll drag down personal development, though. Our sisters are used to having their full magical reserves to invest in their personal enterprises. It's a matter of putting collectivism. Oh, I don't like that. Guess we'll do this. Alright, devour her. Scatter her. Conserve it. New option. Brainstorming. What if only the leader gets to eat? Oh, Jesus. What if you hoard? Oh, Jesus. Yeah, no. Some sort of super leader. No, that's a terrible idea. Whoever is in charge will, if it becomes a tradition, will become more and more powerful with each generation, inheriting all the power of their... Oh, no. Working towards a godlike figure who can... No, no, no. Yeah, we're not doing that. I don't want to eat her, but I don't want the coven to grow. I'm not... Oh, what happens if we scatter them? Power for the sake of power is a bit pointless, and allowing more women to ascend and become witches seems more humane to do. Opening the gates to potentially double our size will definitely stir some chaos. There's also power, numbers. Just bear in mind that advocating for scattering remains will earn us the sympathies of the novices and discomfort from the elders, and vice versa. What do you want to do with the corpse? We're not doing the super leader option. That's the worst idea ever. Guess we'll do this. I believe we are offering an interesting option over the plans of our rivals. Are you happy with it? I'm happy with it. Let's take a moment. Internalize it. Believe it. Alright. I want to grab some food, so let me do that. All right.
Hi, Betty.
Camera's off because I'm eating.
Why, buddy? Okay, Diddy.
It's probably yelling at you for the litter box.
No, I tried to pick him up. There's not a picking up time. Only pets and touching, but no picking up. Alright.
Okay.
What's your thing? Sometimes you're okay, and sometimes you're okay. Very confusing once in a while.
Ugh, slogan. Not make our coven great again. Nope. All right. Oh God. Let's do that. Capturing my essence. It's true. Oh, shit. Oh. We will win. Huh. My friends are probably going to ask me if I read the cards to make myself win. And then I'll have to tell them yes, and then they're going to hate me. But also, I sacrificed the whole coven to get the behemoth's magic. So, we're going to die anyway. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I kind of shouldn't have done that. Alright, she's gonna go home, get a bath. Oh, that sounds nice, actually. Okay. Is that the last? How many more? Okay. There's another chapter after this. Oops. Please wait here. Enya will be here in a minute. What is this? Am I dead? No, don't worry. You're not dead at all. I shouldn't say a lot more, though. Protocol. Probably doesn't mean much to you, but you are extremely lucky. Enya is an exceptional witch. You couldn't be in better hands. What? Come again? Said too much, but everything is going to be alright. Must go. Just get comfortable. Bye. This is very nice. The hell? Oh, so warm. This feels nice. This place is actually super cool. Wonder if it'd be too expensive to rent for a nice getaway with those fools. Will I ever get to see my friends again? Well, I don't know. Just get comfortable. My clothes are still wet. How did this much sand get under my swimsuit? I still have the keys of the food truck on me. I hope Eva and Patrice managed to get back home okay. Oh my gosh. Don't recognize those stars. Where the hell am I? This place makes me want to read tarot. The air smells like nothing I've smelled before. It's a mix of nature, fate, and possibility. Gravity feels different too. Lighter. I feel like my mind is slowly shredding some dry husk and a fresh breeze is starting to blow through it. This trembling, this isn't fear. It's excitement. Oh no. I feel like I never want to go home. mean, yeah, what? I'm here to look after you. You are not a human. You are from Earth, right? Earthlings always have the worst time processing their ascension. Your collective subconscious is too cynical. Your society rejects magic with a strength unlike any other in this universe. Just let it sink in. This is something good, I promise. Dear, very observant. My kin are what human witches call dear folk. Oh, and you are a human witch, by the way. Is this really happening? Yes. Congratulations, you ascended. Please don't be afraid. I'm not afraid. This is the best day of my life. Oh. 32 cycles left. What does that mean? Everything is set to go. Election day. Okay. Alright. That's what that means. We have everything we need, so let's get to work. It's only the two of us, so we'll have to decide carefully where we focus our efforts. Don't you have any friends? Yes, they're both running against me, and that's it. Centuries of witch existence amount to only those two friends. We focus on the here and now, please. Yeah, we'd better. Check the vibe of the coven. Programs have already been made public, so witches are starting to form their own ideas regarding this race. We can tap into the mind of the coven with the Dream Ball. The Dream Ball allows us to get real-time readings on our community's desires and expectations. You mean crystal ball? This thing? This little thing right here? We can filter the current vote intention. Ooh. This will be the pivotal tool for adjusting our strategies as the race progresses. Every action we perform and the actions of our opponents, of course, will affect the Coven's sympathies, and that'll be reflected in the Dream Ball's readings. Okay. I need to tidy up around my desk. It's quite messy. There's something I'm noticing. Let's see something. Alrighty. Added some men's runes to filter vote intention. Go ahead and browse through them. Encourage you to put some time into familiarizing yourself with the characteristics. Oh my gosh. This game is just so crazy. Founder of the Cosmic Gazette, I know a fair amount about the idiosyncrasies of our coven. I wrote down a comprehensive demographic analysis. Took the liberty of placing it all in your library. Thank you so much. There we go. Yeah, Act as your will outside this room. Just let me know what you want me to do, and I'll go out to do so. It could be promoting some point of the program, looking for allies, gathering intel, harvesting some energy. Bear in mind that these tasks will take between 3 and 5 cycles each, so plan accordingly. What do I do while you're out? Study, make cards. As the race progresses, you'll have to meet some prospective allies or even rivals here in this office. So don't worry. Don't think you'll get much idle time. I almost forgot. Got something for you. Oh. Love. There's articles on the Cosmic Gazette you dislike. 12 objects of power that'll make your life easier. As it happens, number 5 will shock you. Sympathy Stone. It's a special object of power that will amplify the effects of whoever's trying to help you. Thank you. Just wet a brush with some freshly brewed sage infusion and write down the names of your allies on it. Do it immediately. Thank you. This charm will render the tasks you assign us more effective. Anyway, let's get to work. We have a task and get this ball rolling. Stay motivated. Okay, the explorers. Well, that would make sense. Why do all of the warriors want... So... So what do I... Aha. Which group is the biggest? Producers, oh, academics. Okay. Now let me make a card. Okay, let's focus on yellow. Bam. Actually, wait. Really do anything beyond study. Prestigious. Ah. So what else am I supposed to do? Oh, there we go. Finally, couldn't. Let's do that. I wasted a couple cycles already. Only 2, I think, so. What's this? Oh, this is how she appears. Interesting. Oh, you're a tree. Hi. I am Fortuna. Nice to meet you too. So kind of you. Sorry that you had to come all the way here. There are still 800 years of exile left in the sentence. Oh, so she would absolutely, if she wins, she would absolutely not end my exile. Fear you inspired her was one of her greatest weaknesses. I don't know how to feel with that. That's the main reason I decided to pay you a visit, to keep me in check, to form my own judgment. I carry the best of intentions. There's a certain aura that tells me I can trust you. Plants were more sensitive to this kind of energy. Fear was unfounded, a product of her decaying mind. Knowing this, I must ask you and your team to retire from the race. You are too close to your human side to properly govern a cosmic coven. That's what made Adina such a such a great leader. She had a direct channel of communication with the gods and was far detached from her human origins. On the other hand, you, Dahlia Jasmine, you have an uncountable number of human flaws. Fear, pride, envy, greed, even what you consider virtues such as ambition or mercy, or even the most basic things such as the need for comfort or enjoyment, cloud your judgment. Flaws, flaws, flaws. Oh, fuck off, lady. But without feelings, can you care for your peers? Okay, I'm gonna be right back.
was your thing in Burlington today?
It was really, really fun.
That's good. It seemed like you avoided the rain mostly.
Yeah, it rained a little bit, but honestly, it didn't rain bad enough where it was like a problem.
Okay.
Wasn't like last year.
Oh. You gonna play that Bay Farm again today?
After I'm done playing what I'm playing right now.
No, I'm just asking. I'm not saying. Alright, creature. How do you survive? Because this thing's shorter than this. Is it because it's like your body width and you can just lay on it? And you can have one paw in the little hole that holds you up? Oh, you don't like that? No touching paws? Not allowed? You like these things, little whoppers?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good. I was never sure. I'm pretty sure you like all of those except whoppers.
I don't, it's the milk duds.
Oh, I love all those. That's perfect. Those are so good.
Yeah. My mom's always like, you make me think of my mommy.
The milk duds are the least, or those are the whoppers are my least favorite. The rolls are pretty good. Milk duds.
Is everything in the, you frosting those scallops?
You said to, didn't you?
I thought you said.
I mean, I can just put them in the fridge and I could cook it for dinner tomorrow. Well, as part of dinner since there's only 5. Or I could cook them right now. But once they're done thawing out. Close to being good. Is that the style? Only one button?
That's how I wanted to wear it.
Okay.
Oh, so at one point we look over and there's this group of like 5 or 6 people in these white costumes with like, they almost look pregnant because they have these very like bulbous fronts, but then there's like this weird tail, and we're all like, are those, and they're white, okay, they look like sperm, and we're like, oh my god, are they dressed as fucking sperm? And like, Connie and I were loving it. We thought it was the greatest thing in the world. And then as the parade is getting started, we're in front of the sperm people. So all of a sudden we hear cheering behind us, and we look, and there's 5 or 6 giant inflatable white horses. They weren't sperm.
What were they then?
The big bulbous part was the inflatable horse costume. So, and the tail was the horse tail.
Oh, they're not just horse sperm or something weird.
No, so they had these big, gigantic, I mean huge inflatable white horses. And then they had like music and a routine, and they like were able to like manipulate the horses' bodies. And like me and Connie were like, what group is that? Like, who would do that? It was the Flynn Theater.
So do you want these or not?
Yeah, I'll eat them.
Okay.
I don't know. Cause I'm not that hungry.
Okay, then I will put them. Well, okay.
But we don't really have any snacks. Well, that's a problem. No, it's not good anymore.
Why is there some empty wrapper?
Doesn't only have. So you work tomorrow?
boy. Hello. Hello, sister boy.
Okay. Sweet. I'm really tempted to do this one, but it's not nice. I mean, honestly, none of these are great. This is the best one. Get out. I hate you. Not a fan of them. Not a fan. Truly. Alrighty. Let's see. Alright, she should be back soon. And the demographics. There's like 6 of them or so. There's a lot, so I think actually there's more than 6. Milking the cosmos. Gardening, mining, aha. Distilling dark matter. Historically found underappreciated and overworked. Aha. Hunters, guardians. Dozen. Ah. Well, I don't want to do anything to mess with that. Let's read. The cosmos, locations, discover new resources. I don't really have enough of anything. Okay, there are 6. Ah. Oh. Well, shit. Uh-huh. Huh. Huh. Nova. Oh, yes, that's right. Nova, the trans character. Oh my god, yes. Okay, I'm gonna grab a snack. That's what I didn't do. Hold on though, because I hate. Ah, so many people. Come on, Nova. Mmm. Okay. Oh. Ooh, did I just get hit with a wave of tired? Excuse me. Aha, thus the conflict. Oh, boy. I want them to be... no. Let's go with this one. What is this? Oh. Oh, the final chapter. Ugh. The heck? A crisis, okay. Uh-oh. Abramar. Who's they? What's her name would do that? Yes. Oh dear mentor. Bam! I was meant to do it all along. Patrice forced me into it. Whenever I see the save icon pop up in the corner next, I'm done. I mean, minimize the damage. I sacrificed the Coven to the Behemoth. So... Oh. Huh. Ooh. What? Mm. Ugh.
Little creature. Look at it.
Ouch. Okay. See, now I want to know more what happens with the election. Damn it. Okay. Now, We're trying to do things to win the election for leader. So right now, it's a very close race, but there's also still 20 cycles left. And these are all the different groups of people. It's not true anymore. I can't. Yeah, I'm gonna call it an evening. I will be back tomorrow. Bye. I'm really tired. It's been a long day with Pride and everything. I'm so exhausted. So, I will be back tomorrow evening. Bye.